Today we're taking a look at adapting manual micro four thirds lenses to a Sony E-mount camera and using Clear Image Zoom. Hey everyone, Sean here with Fotodiox.com. Now this is my favorite adapter that we sell here at Fotodiox. This is a micro four thirds to Sony E-mount adapter. And this is the new and improved version of the adapter. We had some complaints from customers that the old version of the adapter was a little bit too tight when mounting on their micro four thirds lenses. So we just made it a little looser so it fits a lot smoother. And basically what this adapter allows you to do is it allows you to mount manual micro four thirds lenses on a Sony E-mount camera. Let me show you how it works. All right, so we're gonna take this SLR Magic 8mm lens. This is a fully manual micro four thirds mount cine lens. We're gonna line up the red dot on the lens with the red dot on the adapter, lock it into place. And we're gonna take my Sony a7S II. This is my personal camera that I shoot a lot of my projects with, and mount the adapter on the camera. And there we go. Now we have this great little micro four thirds lens mounted on my Sony E-mount camera. Now, before we go any further, I just gotta warn you, this adapter only works with fully manual micro four thirds mount lenses. So, you know, cine lenses, little manual lenses that some companies make. This will not work on a standard micro four thirds lens that has electronic aperture control, electronic autofocus, because the adapter is just a piece of metal. There's no electronic communication going on. So if you adapt an electronic micro four thirds lens on this adapter, you won't be able to focus it. So I definitely recommend only using this adapter with manual micro four thirds lenses. Okay, so the big question is, how on earth am I supposed to get full sensor coverage with a lens that is made for a 2x crop sensor camera? Because this is a full frame Sony E-mount camera. And a couple years ago, I actually made a video about this adapter, the old version of the adapter, and I didn't really know what I was talking about because I said, oh, well, you can shoot in APS-C crop mode and then crop in even further to get rid of the vignette. You can shoot in 4K and crop to HD. But that was stupid because there's a much, much better mode built into a lot of Sony cameras that you don't have to mess around with any of that weird cropping nonsense. It's called Clear Image Zoom. And basically what it does is it takes the sensor of your Sony camera and it uses less of it. Basically it just crops in on the sensor and uses less of the overall sensor. So you get the same image quality, but cropped in. And it actually can go up to 2x crop. So believe it or not, with Clear Image Zoom, you can use micro four thirds mount manual lenses on your Sony E-mount camera with zero vignetting. Let me show you how to do this. Well, first you're gonna want to go in and find the Clear Image Zoom option. It's not really mapped to any buttons. So you're gonna wanna map it to a button. I mapped it to my delete button because it's not a button I use very often. Now the confusing part is in the menu, it's not called Clear Image Zoom, it's just called Zoom. And button 4 is the delete button. So you're just gonna go to this menu and you're gonna map Zoom to button 4. And then once it's set, all you have to do is press the button that you've mapped it to, and then just choose how much crop you want. Now with this SLR Magic 8mm lens, we're gonna have to use the full 2x crop to remove all the vignetting. And here you can see before and after. Before, we're getting the full image circle of the lens in the video. And after, we aren't seeing any of the image circle. We're cropped in and we're getting a 2x crop. So that would make this 8mm lens a 16mm lens. So here's the $1 million question, why? Why would you get this 8mm lens and use a 2x crop to make it 16mm when you could just buy a 16mm lens? And the answer is, well, number one, it's just kind of cool. And number two, the size. I love how compact this little guy is, and a lot of these micro four thirds lenses are really small. And one of the things I really value with my photo and video shooting setups is compactness. I like to just be able to slide the camera into a small shoulder bag and just have it with me everywhere. And full frame lenses tend to be a lot larger. For instance, this is a 14mm Rokinon, so this would be about a 16 with the 2x crop. Yeah, there's a pretty big size difference. I mean, this lens isn't huge, and I could carry it around, and I do often. But in a pinch, if I just want a much smaller setup, I'm definitely going to go with the little micro four thirds lens and the Fotodiox adapter and just use Clear Image Zoom. Now again, just to remind you, this adapter only works with fully manual micro four thirds lenses. It will not work with standard electronic micro four thirds lenses. But there are actually a lot of cool, cine and manual focus lenses for the micro four thirds. And one of the weirdest ones I own is this Thingify Pinhole Pro S. This is an 11mm wide angle pinhole lens. And I got the Micro Four Thirds version for my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. Now I could also get the Sony E-mount version, but you know, why not just use this adapter? Pretty simple, just line up the mounting dots, throw it on the camera. There we go. Now I've got this great little Micro Four Thirds pinhole lens on my Sony a7S II. And in full frame mode, I actually get a pretty cool looking image. There's a little vignetting, but you know, it's pinhole. You know, it's supposed to look kind of crazy. I've actually used this setup to shoot a lot of photos, and I've gotten some pretty cool results. But because the Sony a7S II is such a sensitive camera, because the ISO is so good, you can actually shoot video with this pinhole lens. And here's some examples of that. With this lens, you can kind of embrace the vignetting. So here is some full frame footage shot with it. But then you can also use the Clear Image Zoom to crop into 2x, and then you get kind of a more smooth, normal looking image. I've also used this adapter with my Lomography experimental fisheye lens. It's this weird little plastic fisheye lens, super lo-fi image. And while I'm not able to get full sensor coverage, I am able to crop in so the fisheye image circle fills the majority of the full frame, so I'm getting that full 4K resolution. Obviously, it's on a crappy plastic lens, so it doesn't matter that much, but it has been fun to shoot video like this with this lens. Okay, that was a quick look at our new and improved Micro Four Thirds to Sony E-mount adapter. If you'd like to learn more about this adapter and maybe get one for yourself, click the link in the description below. And also comment below if you have any questions about anything I've talked about today. I would love to help you out. Click right here to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more videos just like this one. I'm Sean with Fotodiox.com, and thanks for watching.